Brian from the Disability Digest with 6 things to do when you go to the doctors that will help you get your disability benefits approved and help you keep them. Putting this video together because the foundation of a disability approval and keeping your benefits is medical evidence. And you want to make sure that you clearly communicate and control that process so that something that you say or do is not misinterpreted. Believe it or not, it happens by the doctors. So these 6 things will help you out. Now, this will be beneficial for individuals definitely going through the approval process. You'll be likely subject to an independent medical exam, or also referred to as a consultative exam. And this same exam would apply to people that are already approved for disability benefits, go through a continuing disability review, and their first round is denied. They're going to likely be sent for an exam. Additionally, you should do this in every visit if you really want to get and keep your benefits, because it's the evidence that you have in your medical records that's critical. All right, so here we go. First thing is the opening statement from the doctor. Be aware. They're likely going to say, "How are you doing today?" And if you say you're doing great, then they're going to put that, or could put that, in your medical records. So you want to communicate something like, "Geez, I really wish I could work. I really wish I could sit or stand longer so I could do my job. I really wish I could sleep more. I really wish I didn't have this chronic pain." Whatever is relative to your situation. But if you communicate that you're doing great, great means to them whatever they would like it to mean. And oftentimes when they're reviewing you, especially if they're a Social Security doctor, their job is to deny your claim. So beware. Second thing is going to doctor's appointments, especially if it's an independent medical exam through the approval process, or if you've already been approved, it is really dangerous to go alone. I just discourage you from doing it. Bring an advocate that can be there with you, and here is the strategy. You want to hold the examiner accountable for what they do, and you want to make sure that they do a proper exam that is going to be consistent with your health conditions. So you do that by having somebody that's going to be there with you, and I don't have my phone around me, but they can record it with the phone. Most states, that's totally fine. I've advocated for family members, and I've done that here in Vermont, and I know many members have done that. But if the doctor says, no, you can't do that, then your advocate can write down, what the time is and what the doctor did. And just document the whole process all the way through. Ideally, when you're done with the exam, you want to make sure it syncs up with what the medical records are, because they may say they did an extensive exam. This does happen, but they actually didn't. They may say that they evaluated you for your degenerative disc disease by having you do certain mobility exercises, but they didn't. All right. It happens. Okay, so that's the second thing is really what you say, and then the accountability. Some other general protocol items: don't overdress, go casual, go comfortable, but you don't need to wear a suit and tie, or, you're sick or injured, and just dress comfortable, be on time. What you don't want to do is be late and reduce the amount of time that the examiner has to spend with you, because that could put them under pressure and they could not do a thorough job. Okay, next is don't change your treatment regime. Don't take increased meds or decreased meds. Just stay on what your treatment regime is, so that the doctor has an opportunity to evaluate you under the treatment protocol that you have been directed to have. That's another important one. Okay, next one is how to communicate your limitations. And this is a big one that we really hammer home on. Most people are subject to talking about their conditions. I have degenerative disc disease and it really hurts. But for the disability process. You want to communicate your limitations as a result of your conditions. So really learn how to express your limitations. There's other work that we have on our channel and as a member that you can learn how to do that, but it would be something like, I can't sit for more than 15 minutes. I can't stand for more than 20 minutes. The chronic pain is so severe, I'm sleeping maybe 4 hours a night and I wake up with brain fog and I can't remember repetitive tasks and I get irritated. Whatever that 2-sentence or less statement is for you is really critical to have at all times when you go to the doctors. Of course, if it changes, you want to modify it. But that is why you're going there. You're going there to get those conditions or those limitations better. Doesn't mean that you'll be able to go back to work, but wouldn't anybody want to feel better, right? So that's key. What to do with the information? Well, you want to make sure if you're going through the approval process that whatever documentation you have, if you're representing yourself, that you certainly hold on to it. But if you have a disability representative that's working on it, that you share it with them. And if it's a video, it could be a file that you could put in like a Google Drive and share with them, or an audio, could be the same thing, or any notes that you have, so that that can be synced up with what the representative can see in the case file to make sure that everything is in line. So you want to hang on to it. Now, you could be in a situation where whatever the examiner said they did is not consistent with your notes, and that's why you have an advocate there. So it's not 1v1, it's 2v1. So this is super valuable. Hopefully you've learned something from this. It might sound like it's a lot of information, but simply documenting your limitations and understanding how to doctor is one of the fundamentals for getting your benefits approved and keeping them. So I hope you find this helpful. If there's something else that you've learned that's worked for you that perhaps you'd be willing to share, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Just join us in the comments around the video. Stay tuned for more. Make it a great day.